Hi. So in this video I'm going to tell you about a record shop that I visited many years ago. I'm talking about way back in 1995, 27 years ago. In 1995 I was lucky enough to take a trip to Nashville, Tennessee. And I had a really great visit to Nashville. I was only there for a few days, but while I was there I got to check out a lot of the really famous tourist attractions that Nashville is known for. I got to see RCA Studio B, I got to see the Ryman Auditorium, I walked all up and down Broadway. It was really wonderful. The people were very nice and I just had a very excellent visit. I'm going to tell you about a record shop that I visited while I was there, and I didn't realize it at the time. But after doing some research online, I've come to realize that this is a very respected record shop, a very famous record shop, and it was actually only in Nashville for just a few years. But I was lucky enough that I visited Nashville just within that time frame when this record store was operating. I'm talking about Lucy's Record Shop in Nashville, Tennessee. And so they only operated for, I think, 5 or 6 years in the downtown Nashville area. And I think I read about this record shop. Again, this was before the internet. I think I read about this record shop in some sort of magazine that I bought that was geared at touring musicians. It was sort of like a manual that would help if you were in a band that was planning to do a tour. It basically listed all the venues and all the record stores in every major American city and also in a few Canadian cities. And I think that's where I heard about Lucy's Record Shop. So I went to Lucy's and it was just the quintessential, really super cool, independent record shop. And in case you didn't know, it's called Lucy because the owner of the shop, Mary, named the record shop after her dog, Lucy. And I can tell you that the day that I was there, I actually saw Lucy kind of laying on the floor. And it was just a really cool little record shop, very cozy, very small. I remember they had a really cool selection of vinyl. I was really into vinyl at the time. And I actually bought 2 Roxy Music albums. I bought the first Roxy Music album, the self-titled debut, and I also bought their second album, For Your Pleasure, at Lucy's. And I still have these albums in my collection. I remember the person who served me. I was served by a young lady who was working in the shop. I was the only person there. I was the only customer. And I actually reached out to Mary, the woman who opened this store and owned this store. And we're pretty sure that that was her who served me that day. And I highly recommend that you go check out the website for Lucy's Record Shop. Again, they no longer operate, they're no longer there. But there's still a whole generation of people who lived in Nashville and grew up there that still clutch Lucy's very closely to their heart. And I also learned later on that not only was this a record shop, it was also a live venue for a lot of local punk bands. And it was really just the kind of place that really welcomed outsiders and misfits and punks and people of that ilk. And I know I certainly got that vibe when I visited way back in 1995. Again, Lucy's closed towards the end of the 90s. And again, they weren't around very long, but they really left an impression on the local music scene, and they definitely left an impression on me, who just happened to be a visitor. I was only there for a very short period of time, but I never forgot it. It was a really great shop. So my question to you, do you remember Lucy's? If you do, please leave a comment below, give us a thumbs up, and please, as always, subscribe to my channel. It always helps my channel grow, and it's greatly appreciated. Do you remember Lucy's? Did you shop there? Did you attend any live gigs at Lucy's? Please, we'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment. And I'll also mention that Mary, the owner of Lucy's Records, now has a really cool podcast, and I'll put the link to that podcast at the end of this video. Please check it out. It's really awesome. Thank you for watching. Hope you can join us again next time. We'll see you again. Take care. Bye-bye.